Struggling to stand up? Fix it in 14 nights with one simple evening trick. Have you ever had one of those mornings where standing up feels like climbing a mountain? That was Linda, 71 years old, just a few months ago. Every morning was the same struggle. Her legs would tremble, her back would ache, and she needed both hands just to push herself out of bed. She thought, maybe this is just what getting older feels like. But what if it wasn't? What if the real problem was something much simpler, something hiding in her kitchen all along? Here's the surprising truth. After just 14 nights, Linda was not only standing up easily, but walking around her garden, feeling lighter, stronger, and more confident than she had in years. How? It wasn't magic. It wasn't expensive treatments. It was one simple change. Eating the right foods before bedtime. This is something 99% of seniors don't know. Every 60 seconds, someone over 60 loses the ability to walk without help. Not because they're old, but because their muscles quietly shrink during sleep. But Linda's story proves it doesn't have to be this way. By making a small, smart adjustment to her healthy eating habits, she started turning things around in less than 2 weeks. And here's the best part. This isn't some complicated diet. These are normal, affordable foods you can get in any grocery store. You don't need pills. You don't need workouts. Just the right kind of bedtime snack can change everything. Linda used to blame her age every time her legs felt heavy in the morning. She thought it was normal, something everyone over 60 just had to accept. But everything changed when she discovered a hidden cause doctors now call silent muscle loss. It's something most people don't talk about, but it affects millions of seniors just like Linda. Here's what really happens after you turn 60. Your body naturally loses up to 3% of muscle mass every year. That might not sound like much, but after 10 years, it can mean losing nearly a third of your strength without even noticing. You may feel fine at first, but then small things start to change. Chairs feel lower, stairs feel steeper, and simple walks feel longer. Linda didn't see it happening until one morning she could barely stand up without leaning on her dresser. That moment scared her, but it also pushed her to ask the right questions. It wasn't just age working against her. It was her nighttime routine. Research shows nighttime is when your muscles go through most of their repair and rebuilding. But that repair depends on giving your body the right tools before sleep. Without enough nutrients in the evening, your muscles don't have the building blocks they need to stay strong. Linda realized her biggest mistake wasn't what she did during the day. It was what she didn't do before bedtime. The good news is you don't need extreme diets or exhausting gym routines to stop this silent muscle loss. The answer lies in simple, healthy eating choices you can make every evening. This is where healthy eating habits matter most, not just for digestion, but for keeping your strength, balance, and independence. Linda was shocked to learn that the right foods before bed could actually reverse muscle loss, help her sleep better, and make mornings easier. She wasn't just avoiding muscle decline. She was building herself back up quietly every single night. What amazed her even more was how fast it worked. After just a few nights of adjusting her evening meals, she already noticed less soreness in the morning and more energy during the day. These weren't expensive superfoods or complicated recipes. They were simple, familiar foods she could prepare quickly, foods that worked while she rested, letting her body rebuild strength naturally. That's when Linda decided to go all in and follow a bedtime routine designed to help seniors like her feel stronger every morning. She started with one simple food, and the results were so encouraging that she added more step by step. Linda didn't want complicated solutions. She just wanted to wake up feeling steady on her feet again. That's why she was surprised when the first 3 foods that helped her didn't come from a pharmacy or a fancy health store. They came from the same grocery aisle she had walked past for years. The first game changer? A small bowl of cottage cheese before bed. Linda had always skipped it because of the texture. It seemed bland and unappealing. But after learning it's packed with casein, a type of slow-digesting protein, she gave it a try, and the difference was undeniable. While she slept, the protein worked like quiet little builders, repairing and strengthening her muscle fibers. One simple food helped her wake up without that usual ache in her legs. Linda also learned how to make it taste better and work harder for her body. Instead of eating it cold and plain, she warmed it slightly and added a dash of cinnamon and a teaspoon of flax seeds. The cinnamon helped keep her blood sugar balanced overnight, and the flax seeds gave her a gentle dose of omega-3 fatty acids, which reduced inflammation in her muscles. She felt fuller, more relaxed, and most importantly, stronger. And it wasn't about eating more. It was about eating smart, something any senior could do. Next came something she never expected to see on a muscle recovery list: kiwi. Linda thought a kiwi is just a sweet snack, but it turned out to be a secret powerhouse for muscle health. Kiwi contains an enzyme called actinitin that helps break down and absorb protein more efficiently. That meant everything she ate, especially her evening meals, worked better for her muscles. After adding 1 kiwi to her nighttime routine, Linda noticed she felt less heavy in the mornings, her digestion improved, and she wasn't feeling as bloated after dinner. She even started chewing the skin, just as researchers recommended, because it contains triple the fiber and antioxidants. It was a simple change, but Linda felt the results after just a few days: lighter, smoother mornings, and easier movements. The third food Linda added was something warm and comforting: sweet potatoes. She always avoided them in the evening because she thought they were too heavy or had too many carbs. But what she didn't know was how important slow-digesting carbohydrates are for muscle recovery, especially overnight. Sweet potatoes provide a steady release of glucose while you sleep, keeping muscle cells fueled and ready for repair. After baking a small sweet potato, adding a pinch of cinnamon and a sprinkle of sea salt, Linda enjoyed it as her evening snack. The results were quick and noticeable. No more tossing and turning at night. No more waking up feeling like her legs were stiff logs. Her energy during the day returned, and climbing stairs felt smoother. Even getting out of her chair didn't need that extra push anymore. These first 3 foods gave Linda the confidence to keep going. They weren't complicated, they weren't expensive, and most importantly, they worked. Her mornings became easier, her body felt stronger, and her outlook on aging started to shift. And while these 3 foods brought a big difference, Linda's journey didn't stop there. She realized the next few additions would make an even bigger impact on her strength and balance, especially by helping her sleep deeper and repair faster. That's when she decided to take her evening routine one step further. Linda was already feeling the difference after just a few days with cottage cheese, kiwi, and sweet potatoes. Her legs didn't feel like they were stuck in quicksand anymore, and mornings felt lighter. But she was curious. If just a few small changes helped this much, what else could she do to feel even stronger? That's when she explored the next 4 foods, and the transformation became even more remarkable. The 4th addition was Greek yogurt mixed with pumpkin seeds. Linda had eaten yogurt before, but she never thought about timing it before bed. Greek yogurt, she learned, was a perfect balance of fast and slow-digesting proteins. The fast-acting whey gave her muscles an immediate boost, while the casein kept working all night. And pumpkin seeds weren't just a crunchy topping. They were loaded with magnesium to relax her muscles, zinc to support hormone balance, and tryptophan to improve her sleep quality. After just a few nights, Linda felt calmer at bedtime and less achy in the mornings. Next, she tried tart cherry juice. Linda was skeptical about drinking juice before bed, but what she didn't know was tart cherries naturally boost melatonin and reduce muscle inflammation. Drinking half a cup of warm tart cherry juice helped her sleep longer and deeper. She didn't wake up during the night as often, and when morning came, she felt rested and more flexible, especially in her knees and hips. The 6th food on Linda's list was edamame, those little green soybeans. A simple bowl in the evening provided her with all the essential amino acids and a generous dose of leucine, which supports muscle growth. The combination of protein and plant-based nutrients helped her feel more energized during the day and steadier when moving around the house. Then came the bone broth. Linda sipped it warm like a cozy evening tea, full of collagen and amino acids. It soothed her joints and provided fuel for overnight muscle repair. The comforting warmth before bed also helped her fall asleep faster and wake up with less morning stiffness. These 4 foods didn't just improve Linda's mornings. They help her relax at night, sleep deeper, and feel more confident walking up and down her porch steps. And while she was amazed by these simple changes, She was about to discover the final piece that truly tied everything together and delivered the biggest transformation yet. By this point, Linda's life was already looking brighter. She was moving with more ease, waking up refreshed, and feeling the kind of lightness she hadn't experienced in years. But there was one final discovery that made her progress feel unstoppable: the combination of cottage cheese and tart cherry juice together before bed. Linda had already noticed the benefits of each of these on their own. Cottage cheese helped rebuild muscle through slow-releasing protein, and tart cherry juice improved her sleep and reduced inflammation. But when she combined them, something incredible happened. Studies had shown that this exact pairing, taken 30 minutes before bed, could increase muscle protein synthesis by more than 50% overnight. And Linda felt the difference within just a few nights. She started preparing a small evening plate with 3/4 of a cup of cottage cheese, mixed with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds for extra nutrients. Beside it, she sipped half a cup of warm tart cherry juice. The first few nights, she noticed herself falling asleep faster. By the end of the first week, her mornings felt smoother, no more stiffness when she stood up, and her balance felt more stable. The best part wasn't just physical. Linda felt confident again. She wasn't afraid of walking up the stairs or walking around her garden. Her family noticed it too. Her granddaughter loved joining her for short walks after breakfast, and Linda felt proud of her progress. She didn't just feel stronger. She felt younger, lighter, and more present in her daily life. This routine wasn't complicated, and it didn't require any difficult diets or exhausting exercise. It was about nourishing her body at the right time, with foods that supported overnight recovery. Every evening, Linda felt like she was giving herself a little gift, a gentle way to wake up with more strength and stability. The confidence in her step returned, and so did her smile. As Linda continued her simple routine, her energy improved, her mornings were easier, and those frustrating aches that used to slow her down seemed to fade. And the best part was how effortless it became, just a quiet moment in the evening to prepare her body for a better tomorrow, making each day more enjoyable than the last. With all these changes taking root, Linda realized her journey was about much more than food. It was about living fully again and embracing each new day with strength and grace. Linda's journey wasn't about chasing youth. It was about reclaiming the confidence and comfort she thought she had lost forever. Every evening, as she prepared her simple bedtime meal, she felt calm, knowing that her body was getting exactly what it needed to rest, repair, and rebuild. She didn't have to dread the mornings anymore. The heaviness in her legs, the soreness in her back, the frustrating loss of balance, they all faded, replaced by steady strength and peaceful sleep. Her evening routine became a cherished habit. Linda looked forward to those few quiet minutes in her kitchen, warming a small serving of cottage cheese, stirring in cinnamon and pumpkin seeds, sipping a little tart cherry juice. Sometimes, she'd even sit by the window, enjoying the sunset as she savored each bite, knowing this gentle habit was helping her stay strong for the people she loved. More than anything, Linda felt like herself again. She no longer had to rely on her cane inside the house, and getting out of her favorite chair didn't take extra effort. Each day, she felt more in control of her body and more connected to her family. She could play with her grandkids, tend to her garden, and move around her home with ease. The small changes she made in the evening gave her more freedom during the day. And what's truly special is that Linda's story isn't unique. This can be your story too. The foods she used are simple, affordable, and available to anyone. It's not about big changes or difficult routines. It's about caring for yourself in the most natural way possible, giving your body the tools it needs while you sleep. If you enjoyed the story, comment 1. If not, feel free to comment yes.